Man overboard isn't something everybody wants to hear when they're on a cruise. But since 2000, the year 2000, 367 people have gone overboard from cruise ships. In the last 2 years before COVID-19 pandemic, an average of over 27 passengers and crew members went over each year. And so far in 2022, there have been 10 so far. My name's Stuart. This is Ship to Shore Cruise News. Let's get into it. So starting off, in no particular order, it's kind of a date order, but it kind of goes askew there for a bit. Anyway, number one, August 28th, the Oceana Nautica off the coast of Turkey. A female passenger in a penthouse suite went overboard. Her body was recovered and the husband of the ship left in Istanbul with the local police the next morning. One passenger on Facebook reported, "They have kept us in the dark as far as any information." So it sounds like the cruise line, Oceana, did not really supply the passengers with very much information. August 10th, 2022, in Gastineau Channel in Alaska, near Juneau, the crew of the Eurodam was moored along the Connings Dam, and the crew reported hearing shoutings coming from the water. Head counts by the crew of both ships revealed that a 31-year-old male crew member was missing. They did find CCTV footage showing the crew member going over the side. Review of this footage indicated the crew member likely went overboard intentionally. The search was called off after close to 13 hours. Unfortunately, even in the summer, those waters are very cold, and without a survival gear, a person would not last more than 30 minutes in those waters. And they never did recover that fellow's body. May 17th, 2022, on a sailing between Juneau to Skagway, Alaska, a woman went overboard from the Celebrity Solstice at approximately 3 a.m. This was caught on security camera, and Celebrity gave no explanation regarding why or how the passenger went overboard, or even acknowledged that the cruise line's guest disappeared from the ship. The Celebrity crew used their search boats until 5 a.m. when the Coast Guard crew showed up, and after a total of 9 hours, the search was called off. Moving on, June the 5th, 2022, shortly after leaving Barcelona, Spain, a woman went overboard from the Azamara Quest. The search included the crew and 2 helicopters and a vessel from the Spanish Coast Guard. And in that case, the body was not recovered either. Number 5, April 16, 2022, a man jumped overboard from the Carnival Mardi Gras about 55 miles outside of Port Canaveral. The search with the Coast Guard and crew did not find the passenger at all. The ship was heading to Port Canaveral, Florida, and the person going overboard was witnessed by 2 teens who saw the person jumping overboard. Just a reminder, got to put this in here somewhere. If you like this video, hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button to be able to get more cruise news from me. Number 6, February 16th, 2022, 150 miles from southern Louisiana, as the ship was returning to New Orleans. At about 2:28 p.m., a woman on the Carnival Valor jumped from her balcony. It was reported that there was a disturbance that caused security to detain her with handcuffs beforehand. Witnesses said that she jumped from her cabin and she wasn't found. The search was done by the crew, the Coast Guard, and a cargo ship that was nearby. This one was caught on social media quite a bit, and in the videos and pictures you can see a lot of passengers looking overboard to seeing if they could see this passenger. Number 7, March 16th, 2022, at about 7 p.m. after departing Grand Turk, a guest jumped overboard from the Carnival Horizon from deck 11. Announcements made encouraged passengers to keep a lookout and to shout if they saw anyone in the water. The crew, in this case, was able to recover the body. March 12th, 2022, sailing near Costa Maya, Mexico. A passenger jumped overboard from the NCL Breakaway. In this case, the search did not recover the body either. September 16, 2022, sailing off the Calabria coast in Italy. The MSC Splendida reported a crew member went overboard at about 4 a.m. Passengers could hear the crew member shouting for help and was quickly rescued. It has been reported that this was an intentional act, and the crew member did this after a strong argument with his partner, and this was done in view of witnesses as well. In March 31st, 2022, in the Canary Islands, a passenger went overboard from the Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady in the early hours. Virgin reported that the overboard was intentional and no foul play was suspected. The search did not recover the body. So, what can be done? What do these numbers really mean? And why are people going overboard? So there's a lot of people who say maybe they've had a little bit too much to drink. Perhaps people are just being daredevils, trying to walk on the railings. Maybe people are doing it as intentional. Unfortunately, there's a lot of details that the cruise lines are not releasing, and I fully understand why they're not. I'm sure they want to respect everybody's privacy, and I have no problems with that. In 2022, when we talk about the numbers of cruises, in 2022, there are 323 cruise ships sailing in the water. So that's a lot of cruise ships sailing around the water. And as for the number of passengers, well, I don't have the exact numbers, but the Cruise Lines International Association, CLIA, has projected 22 million guests cruising for 2022. So when you think about 10 people going overboard out of 22 million, that's a very small number, especially when you realize that though most of the people going overboard are doing it intentionally, unfortunately. It's unfortunate those people can't get help if they have problems. And it would be nice if there are better ways to keep people safe. And are there better ways to keep people safe? Yes, there are. There are automated systems that can monitor the side of the ship and produce alarms before anybody is aware that someone's gone overboard. So these will electronically see if someone has fallen overboard and can then automatically start some life-saving procedures and notifying the crew as well. These automated systems do have downsides as well, though. Apparently, they do see large waves as people falling overboard. There have been number of occurrences where birds have set the alarms off as well. As for what cruise ships and cruise lines have these, it's unknown. It is said that Disney has one or two ships with this system on it. MSC has a few ships as well with apparently that have some sort of a man overboard detection system installed. But I don't have the current names, and I'm sure the cruise lines aren't going to be sharing that information either. Other than, yes, some of our cruise ships have that on board and some don't. This is a really good video that you're going to enjoy. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.